What's up, everybody? The Carrie Cox here. I am just coming to talk to you about weight. I get this all the time. I have many patients that come to me, and that's a huge factor that they want to work on. And then they get frustrated because I go for other factors like, okay, so let's look at the gut. How well are we digesting? Okay, let's look at what we're eating. How is that impacting the body? Okay, let's look at our heart. Let's look at our B vitamins. These all play a key role in how well the body can lose weight. When we're in a good place and we're in a good state, it allows the body to let go of fat. Another thing that people have a hard time with is I say, oh, we need to eat fat. And they're thinking, I don't want to eat fat. That's too many calories and I'm going to get fat because I'm eating fat. Fat does not make you fat. It actually feeds the body. It feeds the nerves, the brain. It gives hormones to the body to create. It actually does a lot of beneficial things. The problem is that most people that go for fat are combining that fat with sugar to make it taste good, or they're getting something that's already pre-made and they've dumped a bunch of sugar in it, like yogurts. You want raw, whole food dairy or raw, whole food not animal fat. You want to cook your meats, but you're getting good quality grass-fed meats that have good fat to them. You don't need to cut off the fat. You want the fat. It does you a lot of good. So fat, good. Just don't combine it with sugar. Get proteins. Proteins are needed. You need the amino acids. A lot of people who are into the fitness will do a lot of incomplete amino acids that can cause a lot of cardiovascular issues. If it's not a complete protein, it gets stuck in the bloodstream, and that can cause issues with getting the heart to pump properly. When you're at the gym, you're really pushing your heart, you're really pushing your hormones to keep yourself going and get that adrenaline, keep pushing. And so the two things that need to really be supported for anyone, even if you don't have underlying issues, you need your B vitamins for digestion and for cardiovascular, and you need hormone support of some kind. I don't recommend you go jump on actual hormones. There are ways to feed those glands so that they'll function properly. I think majority of the people, half the women out there have endocrine issues, and most of you have been told you have Hashimoto's, you have thyroid issues, and then the doctors throw you on hormones. Well, the only thing that's going to do is keep you on hormones for the rest of your life. You need to be able to refeed the glands. And if you're young and already on hormones, that just takes a lot of zest of life out. You can get glands and refeed and rebuild those aspects. It takes some time, so it's not going to be an overnight fix, but it's possible. What's 6 months when you're only 30 and you've already got problems with hormones? You've got another good 40 to 60 years to live that you want to be able to live happily and have the hormones functioning properly. Life can't be over that quickly for you, and you want to be able to have a sex life and everything else as well. The hormones play a big role, not only just in the sexual factors, but your mood, your daily functioning relies on the hormones and getting us going. Even rebuilding, estrogen is very key also for rebuilding muscle, but too much estrogen ends up with man boobs and excess fat around the midsection. And if we're always eating sweet things or we're always having sugar, the body will only be using that and storing everything else for later. So you do need to reduce sugar factors. That doesn't mean life is filled with unfun foods. There's a lot of very tasty, fatty foods that are very delicious, meats and different factors, even plant-based fats and stuff like that. It's very fulfilling, and actually giving yourself fat can keep you from not needing to eat as often. You won't be so fatigued. You can sustain longer. So like if you had a good, healthy fat meal in the morning, you can go till dinner time and be okay. Or you can eat lunch and dinner and be very fatty and be good till that next morning. Do some of the intermittent fasting. There's a lot to do with that. Enzymes can play a big role too. If we're not digesting our food, our body thinks we're starving. After the age of 25, we start losing enzymes, and the acidity in our stomach changes too. Acidity in the stomach has a lot to do with getting our proteins and our minerals into the body. So we need that acidity, and we do a lot of alkaline stuff to alkalize the bloodstream when all you're actually doing is alkalizing the stomach. So then we can't break down our proteins and we can't get our minerals in. So we need to make sure we're getting minerals for good metabolic activities, which a lot of meats and stuff can have some of those minerals in it, but you can also supplement them, but you want it from a whole food source. And then feeding glandulars to your glands so that they can rebuild and keep going and stay strong. If you start at a young age making sure they're fed properly, you won't have the issues a lot of people have. We're constantly engaging our endocrine system with working out, with stress, family life, money life, economy life. There's so many things that weigh on that. And so most everyone can use help supporting that. Even at a very young age, you could feed those things to help support it. So we have things, toxicity around us all the time. They're blocking the thyroid receptors from getting and the iodine to balance extra estrogens and such. The iodine gets blocked from the receptors by bromine, which is in a lot of your yellows and blue drinks. Then you also have chlorine. You also have fluoride. And those are like in everything everywhere you go. So you're fighting against that. Iodine can help a lot with that, but a lot of people fear iodine. It's helpful to work with someone like me so I can help balance that and what you're actually needing. But weight comes into not only about reducing calories, working out more. There's a lot of other factors you have to take into play. So make sure that you're going to utahfoundationalnutrition.com, do a symptom survey, look through the website. You can sign up for one of the programs and I can help guide you where you need to go. The symptom survey doesn't cost you anything, just gives you great information. So there you go.